human dimension and legacy. Stories that bind a nation and its ally, while treaties, policies, and military strategies form the backbone of US-South Korea relations. The true soul of the alliance is found in the people who lived it. Soldiers who fought side by side, families separated and then reunited, diplomats who navigated history, civilians who endured war, rebuilt from ashes, and forged friendships across cultures. These human stories bring the alliance to life, transforming abstract terms like deterrence or strategic partnership into narratives of sacrifice, cooperation, and lasting connection. Bonds forged in war, American and Korean soldiers. The Korean War left millions dead or displaced, but it also built an enduring legacy of mutual respect between US and South Korean service members. American veterans often speak of the harsh winters at the Chosin Reservoir, where Korean civilians helped evacuate wounded soldiers. Korean War orphans were taken in by American military families or adopted abroad, forming lifelong trans-Pacific ties. Joint memorials and yearly remembrance events honor those who never returned, keeping their sacrifices alive in collective memory. For many American veterans, South Korea is no longer just a battlefield. It's a prosperous, grateful nation they helped protect, and one that continues to honor their service. Civilian cooperation and cultural exchange rebuilding together. After the war, thousands of Americans, missionaries, aid workers, Peace Corps, volunteers, engineers, and educators came to South Korea to help rebuild. They taught in schools, built infrastructure, and offered medical services. South Koreans remember these efforts not just as assistance, but as acts of solidarity during a time of immense hardship. Many South Koreans who grew up during that period have become leaders in business, academia, and government, and credit these early exchanges with opening their world. Education and exchange. Generations of South Korean students have studied in the United States, many on US government scholarships. Likewise, thousands of Americans have lived and worked in Korea as English teachers, researchers, and business professionals. These experiences have created cross-cultural marriages and friendships. Bicultural families, a community of individuals deeply invested in the future of both nations. Today's alliance is not just maintained by diplomats and generals, it is lived daily by ordinary people who speak both languages, understand both histories, and cherish both flags. Diplomats, peace builders, and bridge builders throughout decades of rapid change and occasional tension. US and Korean diplomats have worked quietly, and sometimes heroically, behind the scenes. The 1994 nuclear crisis was diffused in part through painstaking diplomacy. The 2018 to 2019 summits between North Korea and the US were made possible by Korean diplomats mediating between cultures and expectations. Everyday embassy staff, interpreters, and cultural liaisons play a crucial role in building trust and resolving misunderstanding. These diplomatic efforts, while less visible than military parades or state visits, form the enduring architecture of peace and cooperation. Living memorials and shared memory. Both countries have worked to preserve the memory of their shared history through memorials and museums. For example, the Korean War Memorial in Washington, D.C. and the War Memorial of Korea in Seoul. Veteran reunions and honor flights. Student programs that bring young Americans and Koreans together to study the alliance's history. These initiatives ensure that the lessons and human costs of conflict and cooperation are never forgotten. Even as generations change, a living legacy, perhaps the greatest legacy of US-South Korea relations, is that a war which could have permanently divided two peoples instead became the starting point of an alliance defined by human connection. From the first handshake at the 1882 Shufelt Treaty, to the shared trenches of 1950, to the bustling campuses, factories, and embassies of today, the relationship has been shaped as much by people as by policy. Final thoughts. The human stories of courage, compassion, learning, and loss are not just footnotes in the alliance's history, they are its foundation. They remind us that behind every treaty and troop deployment are people trying to do what is right, often under extraordinary circumstances. As both nations look to the future, navigating global challenges and regional tensions, it is this human bond that will ensure the alliance not only endures, but thrives.